Political parties must do more to prepare candidates for the ruthless nature of campaigning, according to a new report. A parliamentary cross-party group documented the scale of abuse and intimidation of parliamentary candidates during the general election. One MP suffered an anti-Semitic attack and another was targeted by racist graffiti and repeated death threats. Shadow Home Secretary Diane Abbot says she's been the victim of racist abuse, including use of the N-word. She spoke about how the abuse affected her and her parliamentary staff.
Well, first of all, it's horrible for my staff. I mean, this stuff is on Facebook, people email in, and obviously it's on Twitter. And it is demoralising for me because of the volume. I mean, when I first became an MP, if you wanted to abuse an MP, you had to write a letter, usually in green ink, put it in an envelope, put a stamp on it, and walk to the post box. Now you just press a button and I'm flooded with horrible racist abuse.
Is this something that has got worse over your years in Parliament?
Oh, it's definitely got worse. When I was a new MP, maybe I got one racist, abusive letter a week, maybe a few more if there was something in the news. But now we're seeing this stuff every day in volume, and it's very upsetting for my staff and also very demoralising for me.
And yet we as a society like to think of ourselves as becoming more tolerant in general, and certainly less tolerant of things like racism. That would seem to suggest that it's going the other way.
I think generally we're more tolerant, but I think the advent of new media and also anonymity on new media has opened the floodgates for this type of abuse. It's not that these people were not there all along, I think. It's just that with new media and the ease of abusing people, it's all achieved a mass and a velocity which is quite crushing if you're on the other end of it.
How much has any of this got to do with established parties? I mean, today Labour are saying the Conservatives should be doing more to control their own people.
I wouldn't blame any single party or any single faction of a party for this. This is a problem of the time, but I think that all parties have to try and ensure that their supporters don't engage in mindless abuse online, because it just drags the debate down.
Is there anything a party can do other than say, please don't do it? I mean, can they take stronger action?
Well, we're very clear in the Labour Party that if we find people, we're very clear in the Labour Party that if you are known and you are peddling racist, homophobic, anti-Semitic abuse, you will face a penalty. The problem with a lot of this abuse, though, is it's anonymous.
Not all of it is, of course, and there was the case of the Conservative MP only this week who used incredibly vile language. What should happen to her?
Well, I think she's been suspended, and I think that's right. I just think that all of us as MPs have a responsibility to mind our language, because it sets such a terrible example.
Diane Abbot.